good afternoon, everyone. We call it around here Victory Monday when we win, so it's a good day. Victory Monday is, we take the day off, they lift and condition a little bit, and we focus on the next opponent to kind of get ahead of the game, so to speak. Nice win on Saturday for us against Texas State. Really good job and taking care of them. They were a really gritty, gutsy football team. I think their quarterback, he gave us fits at times. We were able to keep them out of the end zone. We were able to score enough points there offensively and fairly solid in our special teams, other than the botched snap there on the field goal attempt there at the end. So a pretty good Saturday, great homecoming win. Big Saturday night as well with the Atlanta Braves clinching. So that was exciting to hear. It was a really good Saturday evening for us. But we moved on from that and ready to focus on Georgia Southern, getting ready to prepare and practice and go out and have a good week.
Appreciate it, Coach. At this time, we'll take questions from members of the media. As a friendly reminder, if you can keep yourself on mute until asking your question and then mute yourself again, we would appreciate it. Go ahead with questions for Coach.
Hey, Coach.
Thank you.
Back-to-back weeks of nearly 300 yards rushing. It looks like certainly not only you complimented the offensive line, named them by name, all five guys, but what is it, I guess, even you guys have seen, or is it just a nature of things getting rolling there in the second half of the season with the rushing attack, which you described and kind of mapped out in August practice?
Yeah, I think it's just becoming a little bit more consistent in what we're doing. We don't have a lot of change in what we do. We have some variations to whether we want to put a quarterback on the perimeter or a lot of things open up because of those slip screens that we have on the edges out there to our wide receivers. When the safeties start playing out of the middle, it makes for the longer runs. And so we're generating some more explosive runs. Early on, we were generating the 5, 6, and 7 yard runs. But those generated now are more 20 and 30 and then busting the long one. So, we're doing a good job. When you can catch the ball on the perimeter and be a force out there as well, blocking and catching and running, then it opens up that running game.
Hey, Coach Marcel Petit, Sports Squire. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Just going over in my preview for this contest, you're second in the conference in third down conversion percentage. What do you think has led to being so successful on those third down distances this season for you?
You got to be at manageable third down distances. We very seldom, knock on wood, I hate to say it, but very seldom put ourselves in long situations with maybe penalties or false starts. And we don't find ourselves behind the sticks, meaning that we're in second and 10s and third and long scenarios. We're usually in third and 3, third and 2, something like that. That means we're ahead of the game. And that gives us a little bit easier play call. When I say an easier play call, anytime you lean on your strengths in those types of down and distances, meaning those guys up front, those backs, those tight ends, because they played so long together, then we feel pretty comfortable about getting those third down conversions.
Shawn, how have you seen this rivalry develop in the time you've been there? And is it a good thing to have somebody like that on the schedule that is your rival?
Without a doubt. It's maybe the healthiest thing you can have in a schedule, a team with no rivals. I don't want to use the hate word, but the sports is about competition. It's about, I guess, not liking the other opponent. I mean, isn't it though? I mean, I can remember when I was growing up, our rival high school was Lugoff Elgin High School, and it just was a battle. And we loved it. And those other games were battles too. But that one game came down to that last Friday night in November, and you knew it was on. And then I followed that up with a Carolina Clemson rivalry from being in the state of South Carolina. And it's awesome. I understand their fan base probably doesn't consider it a rivalry for whatever reason. And I'm okay with that. But I can tell you one thing we do. We're fired up to go to Statesboro. I love their environment. I love their passionate fan base. love everything about going down there because I know they don't like us, and they're going to do everything in their power to get that stadium up. Their players are going to be hyped, and ours as well. It just makes for a really exciting contest.
And Coach, if correct me if I'm wrong, you played and obviously coached in that rivalry as well, and the Appalachian rivalry is very, very strong. So Paulson Stadium well, and I always ask because coaches seem to know every single number. Do you know your record against the Eagles?
I don't, but I think it's pretty good. Of course, we had some really good teams up there, and Georgia Southern did too as well in the early 2000s. I mean, they were phenomenal. I think Adrian Peterson is on their staff down there, and I believe in '99 they won the national. I believe they won the national championship, and he had rushed for 100 yards in so many contests until coming to Boone on a Saturday, and we held him short of the 100. And it was an awesome feeling. I think we stormed the field. They were the number one team in the country at that time. I think we were, I don't know, 7 or 8. But yeah, we've my entire career has been going up against these guys, except for being there at South Carolina. So I've got great respect for them. I think everything they do, I'll be honest with you, I think it's first class. I really do. And I'm glad I get to go out and play them again this week.
Hey, Coach Marcel, once again, with that rivalry comes emotions. After the Texas State game, we talked about the team and controlling those emotions and staying disciplined with the penalties. Have you reiterated that with the team? And this contest brings a lot of that out. How do you just talk about team being disciplined and handling all that?
It's difficult. There's situations that are mouthy and you get two teams jawing back and forth at one another. But there was a couple of shots in that game against our players Saturday that I'll be honest with you, they probably should have been ejected. There was one guy. Honestly, he reeled back and hit Quan Gilmore. Right in the neck. As hard as he could, and I really got upset, and Quan got upset as well. And I don't blame him. And they called offsetting penalties because I saw it, and the guy comes back. He said, "Yeah, if 75 doesn't come back and talk, then I want to call it offsetting penalties." But some of that stuff, you just can't sit back. And we understand it's the game of football, and it's tough to hold in check. And I don't think that's going to be a problem this week. I don't think there's going to be any punches thrown or anything like that. But sometimes these guys, they take it a little bit too far. And a couple times Saturday, there was a couple instances where, it warranted a little back talk.
Any other questions for Coach this week?
I'll go again. Just on Georgia Southern itself, second in the conference in rushing. We know that their offense traditionally is a big rushing attack. How do you defend that, and how do you approach it defending a team that is going to carry the ball a lot?
Well, you just got as far as the run game, they're not as much as they have been in the past. A lot of the triple option run game, they still have that capability. They're running some counter and some power schemes and different stuff like that. We just got to play very, very well. We got to play physical. We know anytime a team that runs the football is a physical football team. And that's certainly what we've got to counteract. We've got to become more physical than that offensive unit trying to run football. So we're going to battle it out this week in practice, and then we're going to hop on that bus and hopefully we've done the job and bring the mindset to go out and counterattack that run game.
You mentioned on the Sun Belt Conference, you got Braves tickets for Sunday night. Did you take the kids to the games over the summer when you had some time off, and
Yes.
they're all sold out to the Braves now?
Yes, we do. I love going up there, and my son loves the Braves as well. My daughter, I asked her when I talked about it, I was like, "Listen, this is a once in a lifetime thing. We're going to see this." And I said, "Now these tickets, they're expensive. Are you sure you love the Braves that much?" And she said, "Well, I like them, but you and Max go ahead." And so me and Max are going to go taking the game. I hope it's a sweep by the Braves, but Sunday night we're going to be right there pulling for our hometown team, the Atlanta Braves, and doing everything we can. That's you don't get a chance to do that. It's a once in a lifetime thing. If I missed it, I'll be upset.
Have a good time.
Oh, I am.
Coach, I got a question about 3 letters, TFL, and seemed like the defenses did a good bit of that last Saturday. You talked about avoiding 3rd and long situations. Talk about those and what they do for your other team, and they did quite a bit for your opponent on Saturday.
Yeah, we've had made a lot of tackle for losses, and we've done a good job pressuring the quarterback. That quarterback on Saturday was elusive now. He was fleet of foot and could get out of some bad situations, but we're doing a good job getting guys behind the line of scrimmage, and at times I think that puts us in a pretty good situation. Other times they pick up that 3rd and 14, and I'm like, man, I wish it had just been 3rd and 2, and we'd have been all right. So it plays both ways, but we are penetrating, and we've got great speed and athleticism to get in the backfield, and they're doing a really good job. We've gotten 4 turnovers in the past 2 games, and we've got to continue to do that and build upon that stat, because that is a game changer. We all know.